e convidadas aqui presentes no dia de hoje. Então vou falar algumas palavras, somente pela petição de meu mestre espiritual, Srila Bhakti-yoga Maharaj. Então, no Chaitanya Charitamrita, então fala assim, então, isso quer dizer que em todo lugar, em todo povoado, o santo nome vai ser escutado e cantado algum dia. Não? O santo nome do Senhor Krishna. Então, para complacer a petição do Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, então Srila Gurudev, nosso mestre espiritual, ele está viajando pelo mundo. Ele está viajando já 25 anos para trás, no todo o mundo. Ele está saindo da Índia somente por uma razão. Então, por quê? Porque todas as almas, todas as jivas, elas estão precisando. Ah, sim.
Question, you speaking Spanish?
Ah,
Portuguese.
então, porque todas as jivas precisam, né? Precisam de um pouco de educação e precisam também do suporte espiritual. Então, Srila Gurudev ele está viajando pelo mundo para dar isso que é a vida espiritual. Então, o que é isso? Então, também nas escrituras vocês podem encontrar.
All you understand English?
Yes.
Yeah.
So can we English?
Switch.
Vivo! Can you Spanish? Do you speak Spanish? No. So she's saying no one speaks Portuguese.
Apenas nós falamos português, todo mundo fala
There are
inglês.
some, not many people speak Portuguese.
Everyone
Saying no one
speaks
speaks
English.
They're all foreigners that came to Lisbon.
Everyone understands English.
Okay, so I was saying that our spiritual master, he has been traveling for more than 25 years around the world, following the instruction of his spiritual masters, Nitya Pradista Shishimat Srila Bhakti-yoga Goswami Maharaj, and Nitya Pradista Shishimat Srila Bhakti-yoga Narayana Goswami Maharaj. Então, so at the end of the 60s, Srila Bhakti-yoga Swami Maharaj, he came to Western countries to preach. He came at the end of 69 years with only $3, and he arrived in New York with just one instruction, and the instruction was that the instruction that he received was from his spiritual master, is to preach the holy names around the world. Why? Because in India they were not practicing. Everybody was not practicing so much, so he was trying to bring the instruction of his spiritual master to Western countries, to also to teach that Westerns can preach and practice also like Indian people. So he came and he started to chant in a small park in New York and Times Square, and he was bringing the attention of all the people in the US. And after that, before he departs from this material world, he opened more than 100 temples around the world, and he had like more than 10,000 disciples around the world. So this, I was saying like the verse that is saying that this instruction, that in every town, in every place, this holy name will be chanted one day. So this name, this holy name, like it's very precious. So it is said that in other yugas, there was the opportunity to get liberation through any other methods. Like first yuga, Satya Yuga, it was possible through meditation. Second yuga, it was Tetra Yuga, it was possible by fire sacrifice and other ceremonies. And third yuga was possible like doing archan, worshipping the deities. But in this Kali Yuga, it is possible just to attain the Lord just by one thing, that is chanting the holy names. Yeah. So we are here to listen these holy names and the glories of these holy names from the lotus lips of Sadhu. And who is Sadhu? Sadhu is this saintly person that is coming out of India, in the case of our spiritual master, just to bring this message, just to bring some relief to all the jivas, just to bring some relief to to the soul. So this holy name is very powerful. That is the reason why we were chanting like Hare. Hare means the feminine energy of God, which is Srimati Radharani. And Krishna is one of the names of God that means the supreme attractive. Rama is also one of the names of the God who means who is giving all the joy to living entities. So that's the reason why we are chanting this holy name, because this holy name is not different from Sri Hari. the name of God and God are not different. So we are chanting this holy name to attain the eternal abode of God. So today we are very fortunate. Don't think that you are here by mistake, you know, because all of you have Sukriti. Sukriti means that all of you have like this spiritual, you know, practices, and
Deeds.
you are attaining
Deeds.
spiritual deeds. So you are here because of that, and because of the reason you had the chance to associate with sadhu. You had the association now of a pure devotee of the Lord.
Yeah.
So it is a Pramanda Brahmite Kona Bhagavanji Guru Krishna Prashadet by Bhakti Latabish. That means that after many births wandering around this whole universe, you had the opportunity to have the association of a sadhu. So this is very precious because now sadhu has the possibility to give you bhakti. So even chanting this holy name, you can chant this holy name, you know, but if you don't receive this holy name from the lotus lips of sadhu, you don't get the same result. That is the reason why we are here, to listen these glories of the holy name and also to chant the holy name under the association and instruction of sadhu. So Srila Gurudev, he served his spiritual master for more than 30 years in India. And after that, he received the instruction to come to all the Western countries to preach the same message. So behind him, there's a long spiritual tradition of spiritual masters. More, you know, it's going one generation, you know, before until we get to Krishna directly. So Srila Gurudev is coming on this Guru Parampara, this precious line, just to preach the message of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So we're very fortunate to be here today. So we should listen this Harikatha, these glories of the Lord, you know, and try to keep all these jewels in our heart, because we don't know when we will have again this opportunity. So even if this is for most of you, this is your first time, you know, but in the past you've also been there, you've also been here, you know, but the only thing is that we don't remember this. So Srila Gurudev is always saying one history, that there was this pujari, there was someone worshipping one deity in India. So he was using the light to worship the deities. So he put the light in the floor. And at that time, one mouse, he got attracted by the smell of the ghee, which is the clarified butter, you know. So he got attracted by that. So he came close to the lamp, and when he came close to the lamp, he got burned, and he started to roll in the ground, you know, with the fire. So at that time, the deity was thinking, like, maybe he's maybe doing some offering to me. So because of this, the next life, you know, he attained the form of a princess. And this mouse, when he left the body, next life, he attained the form of a princess. And since this princess was a small kid, he started to worship also Takuti, because had this impression of what she did the past life. So also we have these two kinds of Sukriti, Gyata and Adhyata Sukriti. So that means that we are also having some pious activities, because we know that we can have that, like chanting and coming here and giving some offerings and listening to the Harikatha. But many of you don't know what is the benefit of all these activities and all the things that we are doing now. So you are attaining this Sukriti also, and this association of sadhu, even without this knowledge. So this is the benefit of being close to sadhu, that sadhu is so merciful that the saintly persons, they are so merciful that even if we don't know what we are receiving, they are giving. So we are very fortunate to be here in Portugal, you know, and we are fortunate because we have this chance to have this association, and we hope to listen this Harikatha and keep everything in our heart. So, Mancha Helpatari was Chakri,
Omam Gyanatimidandasya Gyanadyanastalakaya Chakshuru Militam Tasmai Urave Namaha Om Vishwadaya Gurpristaya Bhutale Smanate Bhakti Vrndavana Namine Well, in English.
Spanish.
Nobody speaks Spanish here. So, first of all, I want to offer my humble respect and the pronouncement of the feet of my Guru Paramatma. Vishupara Suprasatma Bhakti-yoga Srila Vanava Swami Maharaj. I will speak just a few words, just to purify my tongue. And because my Sri Gurudev have asked me. There's no much more I can say, only that we are all gathered here to practice this process called Bhakti-yoga. Do you know something about Bhakti-yoga? Bhakti-yoga is pretty simple. In this Kali Yuga, Bhakti-yoga means very simple thing. Bhakti-yoga means seva. But what is seva? Seva, what does it mean?
To serve with Lord, to
Service.
the Vaishnavas and Gurudevas, Krishna.
Devotional service.
Devotional
Devotional
service to the Lord.
service.
Yeah.
Devotional service. Devotional service to Sri Guru Vaishnavas and Krishna. And also, what is the practice in this Kali Yuga? The practice in Kali Yuga is the chanting of the holy names of Lord, chanting of the holy names of Krishna. And these holy names are included in this Mahamantra. Do you know the Mahamantra? Have you ever heard something about the Mahamantra? Mahamantra. Maha means great. Mantra means
Mystic power.
mystic power. Very good. Mahamantra, mystic power, great mystic power. So everybody here will all gather together to chant this Mahamantra. Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama,
Hare Hare. So as Ananga Mohan Prabhu says, you are not here because of a coincidence or something. We are here, you all are here because you have security. So if you're chanting this whole name and you have the opportunity to chanting the whole name, means something. And also, as I was saying, in this Kali Yuga, the chanting of the holy name is the only way to attain Krishna. Hare Nama, Hare Nama, Hare Nama, Kevalam, Kalau, Nastyeva Gatiranyata. So, we have this opportunity, this very unique opportunity to start our spiritual life or to keep going on this spiritual process by the chanting of the holy names of the Lord through this Mahamantra Hare Krishna. But there is one condition for this chanting of the holy name. What is that condition, Manjari?
To have a spiritualness. Someone would gaze with you.
And also Shraddha.
And also
Shraddha
Shraddha. And also
Jnana.
Shraddha.
We need Shraddha. In first stage of our spiritual practice, this Shraddha is called Laukik Shraddha. After that, we can attain. You were very fortunate. Paramarthik Shraddha. But first of all, we need Shraddha. We need, what does Shraddha means? Faith. We need some faith to chant this holy name, because that's the opportunity, the chanting of the holy name, that's the opportunity we have to practice spiritual life in this Kali Yuga. And also, as Navamanjari said, we also need a spiritual master, because there's a process established by our previous Acharya. And that process includes to take first Guru Parasraya, to take shelter at the lotus feet of our spiritual master. And also we need Diksha and Harinam mantras, because if we don't take Diksha, we don't take Harinam Diksha, we can chant holy names, we can chant a lot of names of Krishna, a lot of names of God, but who is guiding us in this chanting? Who is guiding us? guidance in this process. Are we qualified enough to go on this process? I can think I'm qualified. That doesn't mean I'm qualified. So it's very important to take shelter at the lotus feet of a bona fide spiritual master, a bona fide sadhu, and also take diksha mantras, because through that process established by our previous acharyas, we can achieve our goal, our spiritual goal. Attain not Krishna, attain Krishna Prema, pure love for God. Thank you so much. Van check out that
So I'm glad first of all because Gurudev didn't make me speak in Portuguese because it's very bad. I will try to speak in English the best way I can. First of all, I want to offer my Dandavad pranams to my beloved Gurudev, on Vishwasa Saraswati Shishna Patrindarsha Mangosan Maharaj, and my Param Gurudevs. Nikila Pravisam Vishnupada Sutrasata Shishimar Bhakti-yoga, Shila Mangosan Maharaj, Nikila Pravisam Vishnupada Sutrasata Shishimar Bhakti-yoga, Shila Narayan Gosan Maharaj. Well, we are indeed very fortunate how Padmanabha Prabhu and Ananga Mahaprabhu said before. There are many different processes that people think they are good for their bodies, for their minds, but nobody thinks about what is the best process and the best food for our soul. We are thinking about Ayurveda, about Hatha Yoga, about Ashtanga Yoga, about fire ceremonies, and chocolate, cacao, healings, and everything is very trendy, you know. But there's a better trend, like the real thing. It's Bhakti-yoga. Bhakti-yoga, as Prabhu's already said, and as Gurudev always said, is very simple. Like, you have to chant the holy names, hear Harikatha, and take Mahaprasad. It's very easy for us. And it can be by coincidence, but it's also not by coincidence. I mean, you have this body because of what? You have what is it different? What makes us different from animals? We have consciousness. We are able to hear the words of the sadhu and understand them. Like, if we don't use this opportunity, we are lost. And we are very fortunate because our Gurudev, it's like a hummingbird, and he's like going from one country to another, like a bird from one flower to another, like spreading this nectar. We are very fortunate because, can you imagine, like, who will think that in this country, in this town, a sadhu will going to come? Like, it's in the middle of nowhere. So we have to take advantage of that. You have to take advantage of your human body. You have to take advantage of your opportunity, because if you don't, you will lose this life, and only God knows when are you going to have a human life again. A human body is not something easy to achieve. It's very rare. So, as they say, it's like, if you don't use it, you lose it. It applies to Bhakti also. So we are very, very fortunate to be able to practice this Mahamantra, this Bhakti-yoga, to hear this Harikatha, to be able to honor Prasad in company of devotees. What happens if, because one person can say, okay, yeah, but he only came once and he will never be again, he will never be back again. You are lucky, are the luckiest, because you also have streamings, you have the books, you are able to have everything, and also the company in person. In other times, because Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, he came to the Western countries, he came out from India. But how was it? There was no Skype, there was no Facebook, there was no nothing. It was very hard for everyone to be able to achieve Krishna consciousness directly with the sadhu. Now you have the opportunity, and please don't waste it. It's very important. I know yoga can be very trendy and very amazing and you can get bamboozled by it. And also Ayurveda and also nothing, that's not wrong. But the real deal is Bhakti-yoga. The real deal is the Maha Mantra. And I hope you can cherish this moment and you can cherish this opportunity that you have to be in company of so many great devotees. And we are very grateful to have Gurudev here, all my God brothers and God sisters, and to have the opportunity to serve you very loudly because I'm not qualified at all for anything, but I receive the mercy. So thank you, Gurudev.
Very nice. How long will we have?
Yeah, 8:20. Now 8:20. Huh?
Then they will leave. What is the local language?
What?
Yeah, the local language they speak.
In here, the local language is Portuguese, but most of the people living in this town, they're from the UK or some other places from Europe.
Everybody speaks English.
Yeah, but in Lisbon, I think we will find more Portuguese speakers.
Yeah.
Gurave Gaurachandraya Radhikavai Tadale
She's following
Krishnaya Krishna Bhaktaya Tadbhaktaya Namo 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 Mahavadannaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namne Gaurapati He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namastute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priya Om Vrindavai Tulasi Devai Priyavai Kesavasya Krishna Bhakti Prade Devi Sattvathai Namo Namaha Bhakta Vihina Aparadha Lakshai Khiptascha Kamadi Taranga Madhyai Kripamai Tvang Saranang Prapanna Brinde Namaste Charanarvindam Bhajami Radhang Arvinda Netrang Smarami Radhang Madhura Smitasam Badami Radhang Karuna Bharadra Tato Mamannasti Gatir Nakapi Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Sri Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Srila Bhakti-yoga Swami Maharaj. So, first of all, offer my humble, respectful obeisances, lotus feet of Guru Pad Padma, Nitya Lila Pravishtam Vishnupad, Ashtutara Satasya Srimad Bhakti Vedanta, Srila Vaman Goswami Maharaj, and Nitya Lila Pravishtam Vishnupad, Ashtutara Satasya Srimad Bhakti Vedanta, Srila Narayan Goswami Maharaj. Simultaneously offer my humble, respectful Dandavat Pranam, lotus feet of Nitya Lila Pravishtam Vishnupad, Ashtutara Satmad Bhakti Vedanta Swami Maharaj, Srila Guru Govinda Goswami Maharaj, Srila Bhakti Raka Sridhar Goswami Bhakti Pramod Puri Goswami Maharaj, and all senior devotees and all Vaishnavis and presented, all of my respectful guests. May translate Portuguese good.
No, they said everybody speaks English.
Speaks English but understand not.
Understand English? Yeah. Is there anybody who doesn't speak English and need translation?
Another is my accent they will understand or not. Yeah, another thing. If your mother language and if you listen other language, then difference. My mother language is not English, so maybe my action is not good for you. Huh? So it is better. Huh?
We understand. It's good.
So here they can also explain in Portuguese, because if your mother language is Portuguese, they understand.
Vocês são portugueses?
Não.
Também não. No one is Portuguese. I am the only Portuguese that is
The only one who speaks Portuguese.
No, she is Portuguese.
No.
She is Portuguese. She is Portuguese. You are not only. He is Portuguese. Why sing is only one? Huh?
Most of them are from UK.
Yeah. He's saying I'm only one, he said. But evidence is there. Evidence is there. Nirananda. Okay, just I want to speak few words. I will not take too much of time. This is my first time to come to our city. This place, very nice, beautiful. Very simple area. And when I used to go Bengal, look like this area.
Wow.
And very simple, green area. And people also, they are very simple, as like this type of house, That's it. So many